Hello everyone, my name is Reflex, and today we're taking a look at a Christmas themed Moonman C1. So I call it the Christmas, but I believe it's actually technically called Snowflake Christmas version, and it is the C1 eyedropper, and this is a fine bent. Okay, so you can get a fine, an extra fine, and a bent nib. This is the fine, which this nib is bigger than, I believe, all my other nibs. I don't know the exact size of it, but this fine C1 is actually a bit broader than my fine Moonman M2. But I think that's just because the nib's bigger. I don't really know. I don't have much experience with big nibs like you'll see in here. It's about $26 to $27 pen, and I thankfully got it for a good deal. I just had to pay shipping to someone on Discord who was feeling very generous. So we'll open it up. And here is the pen. So you get a paper. Let's take a look at what this says. So it's just showing you how you can fill it up using the converter, or how to fill it up using the eyedropper that it comes with. And nothing on the back. So it's useful if you don't know and this is like your first fountain pen, which at this price that's totally possible. So here I have the converter. When the pen came in to me from the person on Discord, the converter was inside and the pen was empty. I would assume that's how it would be delivered to you if you got it from Amazon as well, but I'm not too sure about that. And then, of course, you have the eyedropper and the pen itself. So here is the pen. And I originally was using the converter with Diamine Magical Forest, but then I decided that I wanted to put Wild Strawberry in here so I could write Christmas letters. And I decided to go ahead and eyedropper it for two reasons. One is I didn't want to wait for the converter to dry after washing it. And I thought it would be prettier seeing the ink and then the design on top of the ink throughout the whole pen, as opposed to just in the tiny area of the converter. And yeah, I think that does look nice. Because if you look, the grip has a nice red to it as well. It's got some shimmer and blue in there. It's very pretty. Just a very pretty pen overall, I think. And you can see that big boy nib. Let me go ahead and grab my Moonman M2. So here is my M2. I would say this is about a normal sized nib. Maybe on the small end, but pretty normal. And then here's this big boy. So it's a big nib. So I believe it is a number 6 steel nib. And it looks nice. I think it's a nice shiny silver. And there is a tiny F in that circle. There you go. And because of, I believe, some lawsuits, if you're looking for this pen, it may go under the name of Mahjong, I believe. Mahjong? Is it Mahjong? I think it's like Mahjong or Mahjong. I'm not too sure how it's pronounced, but you'll still find them under Moonman on certain places. And in other places, it'll be Mahjong. I don't know. And then other places it won't even have a name. It'll just say the model. So it'll say M2 fountain pen or C1 fountain pen. And yeah, it's very nice. Let's go ahead and do the writing test. One thing I didn't mention is I don't have another C1. I've held C1s in the past, but I don't remember this. But one side is flat. You can't really see on the camera. There you go. So that way when you put it on your desk, it won't go rolling. You know, if you put it here, it doesn't go rolling immediately because of that little flat bar, which is very useful. Again, I've held C1s in the past and I don't remember that, but I didn't own those, so I wasn't like touching and feeling them like crazy and using them. I didn't get to use them. I just held them. That was when I was doing the pin subreddit giveaway. There were a few C1s that were given away, and I packaged them, but I don't remember this. But I don't even know if I like took them out of the box or not, so who knows. Again, I don't know if that's a normal thing you'll find in all C1s or if it's just this one. I'm gonna assume it's all of them, but don't take my word for that because, again, I don't remember. So when it comes to writing, I had the same issue I had with my M2. That was when I was writing with it, the ink looked diluted all the time, even if the pen was fully dry. Like, normally I would expect the ink to look diluted and dry if I had just washed it and there was still water in the feed or the pen or anything. But even when the pen was dry and you would put ink in, it would always look diluted no matter what. And so the problem with that is the tines are just so close that it was making the pen very dry. So I did the same thing I did with my M2, where I just uncapped it, I put pressure on the nib and splayed the tines for about 10 seconds and wrote with it until I just did that probably once or twice until it wrote the way I wanted it to. And you'll see now. Oh, a little bit of a hard start. It is a dry pen. I messed up. It is a bit dark. I'm sitting at my gaming desk instead of my school desk, so it is a little bit dry, but here it is. And I have, again, Diamine Wild Strawberry. There we go. It writes beautifully. Absolutely no problems with it. I adore this pen, and I have actually already started writing all of my Christmas letters to people with it. I ordered the Wild Strawberry ink just for it, for the Christmas letters, and I'm having a great time writing with it. I've had no problems. There was that hard start, but that's not a huge deal. Once you start writing, you don't have that again. It's just because I haven't written with it in a few hours since mid yesterday, I suppose. So it's been about 24 hours. Writes beautifully. I absolutely love this. If you guys have any questions about this pen, please leave a comment below and I'll answer it as soon as possible.